Hello friends, welcome back to our channel. I hope you all are well and doing great. So today I'm back with another video to continue our UCAT test preparation. As you guys know, we have completed our syllogism type of decision making in the last video, and we have started the next type, which is logical puzzle, in the last video. We have completed 12 questions of this type, and now today we're going to continue it from the question number 13. If you have any confusion, if you wanted to watch the last videos, wanted to watch the questions of verbal reasoning, syllogism type, you can watch my last videos in this channel. So without any further delay, let's move towards our first question of this video, which says Kane, Nancy, Nicole and Sandra went on holiday. Each participated in one of the following beach activities: jet skiing, scuba diving, sea walk, or snorkeling. The rates for these activities were $30, $40, $65, and $75, not in any order. Kane did not spend the highest amount on his activity, but he spent $10 more than Nicole. Nancy did not participate in jet skiing, but her activity cost less than Sandra's. Nicole opted for snorkeling. Kane did not select sea walk as his beach activity. So the question is that who paid $75 for the activities? Option A, Kane. Option B, Nancy. Option C, Nicole. Option D, Sandra. So option D is the correct response. From the information given, we can deduce the following: person Kane, jet skiing or scuba diving $40, Nancy, scuba diving or sea walk $65, Nicole, snorkeling $30, Sandra, jet skiing, scuba diving or sea walk $75. So D is the answer. Sandra paid $75 for her activity. So here we have the right option, which is option D, Sandra. Sandra paid $75 for the activity. Next question we have that the layout below was proposed for developing a smart city. Each sector has a unique shape and is reserved for the following purposes: airport, commercial space, educational area, hospital and residential plots. The Pentagon was not allocated for the educational area. The hospital is as far from the airport as possible to avoid sound pollution. The commercial space is almost equidistant from residential plots and the educational area. So here we have some shapes and the data written. So which amenity is represented by this circular area? Option A, hospital. Option B, residential plots. Option C, educational area. And option D, commercial space. So here we have correct option is C, that from the given information we can deduce that the rhombus is the hospital, as this is the furthest shape away from the hospital. The commercial space must be the rounded rectangle, as this is almost equidistant from the two other shapes. We are told that the pentagon was not allocated for the educational area. So, the circle must be represented by the circular area. So here we have some shapes with the names of the area. Residential plot as a rhombus, hospital as a rhombus, commercial, rounded rectangle, airport as a triangle, and the circle one, educational area. So C is the answer, that the educational area is represented by the circle. A family consists of 3 male or female couples and 4 young children. Lisa and Dan's daughter is Nancy, and she has a son, Luke, and a daughter, Anna. Polly's husband is named Ronald. Lisa and Dan have 2 children and 4 grandchildren. Jim and Chris are Jake's sons, but Jake is not Dan and Lisa's son. So which of the following must be true? Option A, Jake and Nancy are siblings. Option B, Polly and Ronald are siblings. And option C, Lisa and Dan have 2 daughters. Option D, Lisa and Dan have a son and a daughter. So option C is correct. From the information given, we can deduce that Lisa and Dan have 2 children and that one of them is Nancy. We also know that Jake has 2 sons, so Jake must be one of the couples. Jake is not the son of Lisa and Dan, so he must be the partner of either Nancy or Polly. We are told that Polly's husband is not Ronald, so Jake must be Polly's husband. And Ronald must be Nancy's husband. Therefore, Polly must be the second daughter of Lisa and Dan. So here we have this table: female couple member, male couple member, and then children. So Lisa and Dan have Nancy and Polly, Nancy and Ronald, Luke and Anna, Polly and Jake having Jim and Chris. So C is the correct answer, that Lisa and Dan have 2 daughters. Jim rolled 3 common dice, simultaneously. One of the dice had a number greater than 5. The number 2 did not appear on any dice. The sum of the numbers on the 3 dice was 11. Which of the following must be true? Option A, all the numbers were odd numbers, and option B, all the numbers were even numbers, and option C, the number 3 appeared on one of the dice, and option D, the number 1 appeared on one of the dice. So we have option D as a correct option. From the information given, we know that the first dice has a number 6 and the sum of all the dice equals 11. Therefore, 2 of the dice must equal 5, that is 11. 6 subtracted from 11 equals to 5. As we know that none of the dice has a number 2, the only combination of values to equal 5 is that one dice has a 1 and the other dice has a 4. So D is the answer, that the number 1 appeared on one of the dice. This is the statement that must be true. 4 rooms numbered 1, 2, 3 and 4 are located at the 4 corners of a rectangular hotel lobby. As shown. So here we have this lobby and with 4 room numbers. Adam, Tessa, Meg and Polly have selected one room each based on the following rules. Meg and Adam stay in diagonally opposite rooms. Meg's room is closer to Tessa's room than Polly's room. Adam's room is closer to Polly's room than Tessa's room. So which of the following must be true? Option A, Meg's room number is the lowest. Option B, Adam's room number is higher than Polly's. Option C, Tessa stays in the room closet to Meg's room. Option D, Polly stays in the room closet to Tessa's room. So option C is the correct option. From the information given, we can deduce that there are 4 possible arrangements. Name first possibility, second possibility, third possibility, and then we have fourth possibility. Meg, room 1, 2, 3 and then 4. Polly, room 2, second possibility, room 1, room 4 and then room 3. Adam, room 3, room 4, room 1 and room 2. Tessa, room 4, room 3, room 2 and room 1. The only statement that is correct in all of these possibilities is that Tessa stays in the room closet to Meg's room. So C is the answer. Tessa stays in the room closest to Meg's room. So here we have the correct option is C. At a conference, participants A, B, and C are representing continent X, and participants D and E are representing continent Y. They sit at a round table so that no two participants from the same continent are seated beside each other. The chairperson sits between participants B and C. So the question is that which of the following must be true. So here we have option A. Participant D sits beside participant A. Option B. Participant E sits beside the chairperson. And option C. Participant E sits between participant A and participant C. Option D. Participant D sits between participant A and participant C. So we have these four options. So let's see which one is the correct option. So here we have a correct option is option A. From the given information, we know that the chairperson is sat between participants B and C, who both represent continent X. The seat next to participant B and the seat next to participant C must therefore be occupied by continent Y. That is participants D and E. Participant A must be in the seat between participant D and E. So there is not enough information to know which specific seat participant B and C and D and E are seated in. But the statement that participant D sits beside participant A is true in both possibilities. So A is the answer. Participant D sits beside participant A. So that's why we have the option A as the correct option. This one must be the true statement. Next question we have question number 19. Fred has an odd number of coins, which is the average of the number of coins that Cindy and Donna have. Mike has 8 coins and Aldrin has half as many coins as Mike. Cindy has more coins than Aldrin but fewer coins than Mike. Donna has two more coins than Cindy. So the question is then which of the following must be true? Option A, Aldrin and Donna have a total of 13 coins. Option B, Aldrin and Cindy have a total of 11 coins. Option C, Mike and Fred have the same number of coins. Option D, Donna and Mike have the same number of coins. So the correct response is option D. From the information given, we know that the average of Cindy and Donna's coin is an odd number because it is the same number of coins that Fred has. We know that the number of coins Cindy has is more than 4 but less than 8. And the number of coins that Donna has is 2 more than Cindy. So Cindy must therefore have 6 coins as it is the only number that when added to Donna's coins makes an average with an odd number. Therefore, Cindy has 6 coins, Donna has 8 coins, Aldrin has 4 coins and Mike has 8 coins. So D is the answer. That Donna and Mike have the same number of coins. So we have the correct option is option D. Peter, Matt, Dennis and Stan have last names Small, Longden, Damon and Caprio, not in any particular order. They bought a television, toaster, microwave, oven and refrigerator. Each person bought only one item. The initials of the names of two of them are SL and MS. No one has initials DD. London did not buy a refrigerator or toaster. Peter bought a microwave oven. Caprio did not buy a toaster. So which of the following must be true? Option A, Matt Small bought a television. Option B, Stan Longden bought a microwave oven. Option C, Dennis Caprio bought a refrigerator. And option D, Peter Caprio bought a microwave oven. So the correct option is option C. From the information given, we can deduce the following. first name Peter, last name Damon, and the purchase is microwave. So it means Peter Damon purchased a microwave. And then we have first name Matt, last name Small, and purchase is toaster. So Matt Small buy a toaster. Then we have first name Dennis and the last name Caprio, and the purchase is refrigerator. It means Dennis Caprio purchased a refrigerator. First name Stan and the last name Longdon, and the purchase is television. So Stan Longdon purchased a television. So C is the answer. Dennis Caprio bought a refrigerator. So that's why we have a right option in C, that is Dennis Caprio bought a refrigerator. This must be the true statement. 8 girls share 4 bedrooms in pairs in a boarding house. They are A from India, B from Japan, C from Pakistan, D from France, E from India, and F from Japan, G from France, and H from Spain. Girls from the same country are not allowed to share a room. A, B, C, and D are in rooms 1, 2, 3, and 4 respectively, and F is assigned to room 3 and H to room 4. So which of the following statement must be correct? Option A, E shares with A. Option B, G shares with C. And option C, E shares with B. And option D, G shares with E. So we have these 4 options. So let's see which one is the correct response. So here we have the correct response is option C. From the information given, we can deduce the following room pairings: AG room 1, BE room 2, CF room 3, and DH room 4. So C is the answer. E shares with B. That's why we have the correct option is option C, that E shares a room with B. Next we have question number 22, which says, in a class of 10 pupils, the average number of detentions per pupil in the spring term is 4.4. 4 pupils get 4 detentions each. 2 pupils get 2 detentions each, and 1 pupil is given just 1 detention. Out of the remaining 3 pupils, Mary gets 2 more detentions than Charlie, but 1 fewer than Robert. So how many detentions does Robert receive? Option A, 6. Option B, 7, option C 8, and option D 9. Option D is the correct option. From the information given, we can deduce that 44 detentions in total are given. 4.4 into 10. So 4 people get 4 detentions each. It means 4 into 4 equals to 16. 2 people get 2 detentions each. 2 into 2, it means it equals to 4. And 1 pupil gets 1 detention. So it is 1 into 16 plus 4 plus 1 equals to 21 detentions. So the remaining 3 pupils must receive 21 subtracted from 44 equals to 23 detentions. Charlie equals to X, Mary equals to X plus 2, Robert equals to X plus 3. So here we have X plus 2 plus X plus 3 equals to 23. This is 3x into 18 and x is equals to 6. So Robert must receive 6 plus 3 into equals to 9 detentions. So D is the answer, that 9 detentions. Does Robert receive 9 detentions? Next we have question number 23, which says 4 friends raise 3,450 pounds undertaking a sponsored swim. Each one swims 5 lengths of the city pool for every year of their age, receiving $10 pounds for every length completed. They do the swim on Chris' 18th birthday. Norman receives 100 pounds less than Alex, but 100 pounds more than Stephen. So how old is Stephen? Option A 19, option B 17, option C 15, and option D 13. So option C is the correct response. From the information given, we can deduce that if each friend swims 5 lengths for each year of age and receives 10 pounds per length, then the total age of friends is 3,450 divided by 50 equals to 69. So Chris is 18, so the combined age of Alex, Norman and Stephen is 69 minus 18 equals to 51. Norman receives 100 pounds less than Alex and 100 pounds more than Stephen. So he must be 2 years younger than Alex and 2 years older than Stephen. Norman must therefore be 17, Alex must be 19, and Stephen must be 15. So C is the answer. That means Stephen is 15 years old. So C is the correct option. Sam has 5 different colored suits and wears a different one on each weekday. He always wears the same colored suit on the same day of the week. He wore his blue suit later in the week than the brown one. He wore his white suit some days later than the blue one. He wore the grey suit 2 days later than the blue one. So on which day he wear his green suit? Option A, Monday. Option B, Tuesday. Option C, Wednesday. And option D, Friday. Option C is the correct option. From the information given, we can deduce that Sam cannot have worn his blue suit on Monday or Friday. He wore the grey suit 2 days after the blue suit, so must have worn the grey suit on Thursday or Friday. The white suit was worn some days after blue, so white must have been Friday and grey Thursday, meaning blue was worn on Tuesday and green is left to be worn on Wednesday. Written in order, the suits worn are as follows: Monday, brown suit; Tuesday, blue suit; Wednesday, green suit; Thursday, grey suit; Friday, white suit. So C is the answer. It means Wednesday. So Wednesday is the day on which he wear his green suit. Six students who attended a seminar arrived at different times. Ali was immediately followed into the room by Hassan. Zoe arrived after Francois, but immediately before Sharon, who was not the last to arrive. Mira was later than Francois, who arrived after Ali. So which of the students was fourth to arrive? Option A, Zoe. Option B, Mira. Option C, Francois. And option D, Shere. So we have the correct response is option A. From the information given, we know that Mira must have been the last to arrive, as Sharon was not last. So Ali must have been first, immediately followed by Hassan. They arrived before Francois, who was followed by Zoe and then Shere. Therefore, the fourth student to arrive was Zoe. The students listed in order of arrival is Ali, Hassan, Francois, Zoe, Shere, Mira. So A is the answer, that is Zoe. So Zoe is the one of the students who was fourth to arrive. Next we have that a cupboard has 5 racks. Maya puts either 1 cup or 2 cups on each of the 5 racks. So if the total number of cups in a cupboard is 8, on how many racks did Maya put 2 cups? Option A 1, option B 2, option C 3, option D 4. So we have a correct response is option C. So from on information given, we know that there is at least 1 cup on each of the 5 racks. This leaves 3 cups. She does not place 3 cups on any of the racks. So there must be 3 racks that hold 2 cups. So C is the answer, that is 3. 3 is the total number of cups in the cupboard racks did Maya put 2 cups. So option C is the right option. There is a certain number of blue marbles, 23 red marbles and 16 green marbles in a box. Mia needs 2 green marbles. The minimum number of marbles that Mia should pick randomly from the box to ensure that there are 2 green marbles is 38. So how many blue marbles are there in the box? Option A 10, option B 11, and option C 12, option D 13. So correct response is option D. From the information given, we know that Mia has to pick 2 more than the total number of blue and red marbles in order to pick 2 green marbles. Therefore, the number of blue marbles equals to 38 minus 23 minus 2 equals 13. So D is the answer, that is 13. So option D is the correct one, that is 13 is the number of blue marbles that are there in the box. So next question we have, that is question number 28. Harvey, Ted, Liam, Mike, Greg, Matt and Sam work for the same company. The company has 1 director, 2 area managers, 2 operational managers and 2 service managers. The service managers report to the operational managers. The operational managers report to the area managers, and the area managers report to the director. So Harvey reports to Ted and Liam is not a service manager. Liam reports to Mike. The name of the director does not start with the letter M. Mike and Greg have the same designation. So which of the following is true? Option A, Mike and Greg are operational managers. Option B, Matt and Harvey are operational managers. Option C, Mike is a service manager and Ted is the director. Option D, Matt is a service manager and Sam is the director. So the correct option is D. From the information given, we can deduce that Liam must be an operational manager, since we are told that he is not a service manager. And as he reports to Mike, he cannot be the director. So we are told that the same name of the director does not start with the letter M, which means Mike cannot be the director as Liam reports to Mike. It must follow that Liam is an operational manager and Mike is an area manager. The names of the director does not start with the letter M. So the director could be either Ted or Sam. It cannot be Harvey since he reports to Ted, and it cannot be Greg since he has the same designation as Mike. Mike and Greg have the same designation, which means that Greg is an area manager. Harvey reports to Ted, which means that Ted must be the other operational manager. Given that Mike and Greg are the area managers and Harvey must be the service manager, this means that Matt must be the other service manager and Sam must be the director. So D is the answer, that Matt is a service manager and Sam is the director. This is the correct option. 4 friends plan to watch a show in a hall. Linda left home at 7:30 a.m. and reached the hall in 30 minutes. Hank left home 30 minutes after Linda left home and reached the hall in 1 hour. Brad left home 1 hour after Hank left home and reached the hall in 1.5 hours. Daisy and Brad left home at the same time. Daisy and Hank took the same time to reach the hall. 3 friends watched the entire show. One person reached the hall 15 minutes late. The show ended at 11 a.m. So which of the following statements is true? Option A, the show started at 10:30 a.m. Option B, Brad reached the hall on time. Option C. The duration of the show was 45 minutes. Hank reached the hall exactly 1 hour early. So option C is the correct option. From the information given, you can deduce the following: that Linda reached the hall at 8 a.m. and Hank reached the hall at 9 a.m. Brad reached the hall at 10:30 a.m. and Daisy reached the hall at 10 a.m. Brad was the last one to reach the hall, so he must have reached the hall 15 minutes late. Therefore, the show started at 10:15 a.m. and ended at 11 a.m. So C is the answer. The duration of the show was 45 minutes. So that's why we have the option C is the correct option. This one is the correct statement. A team of 4 marathon runners from Mexico joined 8 other runners for an international competition. The mean age of all the runners is 20. Two of the Mexican runners, aged 16 and 22, have to drop out at the last minute. They are replaced by 2 runners, one of whom is aged 24. The mean age of the competitors now rises to 21. So how old is the second Mexican replacement runner? Option A, 20 years. Option B, 22 years. Option C, 24 years. And option D, 26 years. So option D is the correct option. From the information given, we can deduce that the cumulative age of the original team was 12 into 20 equals to 40, which fell to 202. When 2 members, 16 equals to 22 equals to 38, withdrew and rose to 226 when the new 24-year-old is added. The new mean of 21 means the cumulative age of the new team is 21 into 12 equals 252. So the second replacement must be 252 into 226 equals 26 in age. So we have this option D is the answer, that the second Mexican runner is aged 26 years. Along the wall on one side of the school hall are photographs of key people in the school's recent history, presented in alternating male or female order. Picture 1 is the present principal, Hector McWilliams, son of Mrs. Madge Henry, the first principal when the school opened. She is as far away from her son as possible. Her photograph is next to the second principal, John Gunning, and Mrs. Sally Everest, the third principal. Sitting next to Sally Everest are the year's head boy and head girl, Tom and Mary. The remaining places are taken by Chair of Governors, Sir Matthew Wilson, and Hector's predecessor, Miss Freda von Bolt, who is depicted in pictures 2, 5, and 7. Option A, Sir Matthew Wilson, Tom, and Madge Henry. Option B, Freda from Volt, Tom, John Gunning. Option C. Freda from Volt, Mary, Sally Everest. Option D. Mary, Sally Everest, and John Gunning. So here we have correct response is option D. From the information given, the order of pictures is Hector Williams. So B is the answer. Freda from Volt had boy Tom and John Gunning. Next we have that a business asks 5 of its department for volunteers to help form a garden in the contour of their new office block. The gardening team will have 20 members made up of 4 people from each department and will include an equal mix of males and females. 21 people express an interest in becoming gardeners. A gardening test will be held to choose the final garden since there is an excess of volunteers. So here we have some departments, males and females. You can check all the informations. So which of the following volunteers will take the gardening test? Option A, Flora, Queenie and Patrick. Option B, Rob, Dylan and Hans. Option C, Alex, Cedric and Mark. Option D, Caroline, Emily and Lola. Option C is correct. From the information given, we can deduce that the volunteer to be eliminated cannot be a female because there are 10 female volunteers and 10 female volunteers are required. Equally, the male volunteers to be eliminated cannot come from personnel or transport or computing or planning because there are just 2 male volunteers from each of these departments. Thus, the rejected volunteer will come from finance, where Alex, Cedric, and Mark have all put themselves forward when only 2 volunteers are required. So it means C is the correct option, Alex, Cedric, and Mark. So now here we have a tram type table. You can take a look at this one. The information we have from this that the lazy travels daily from South Lawn to Swing Bridge on the tram. Which of the possible trams she could board is timetable to get her there most quickly? Option A, 0800 from South Lawn to Market Hall. Option B, 0805 from South Lawn via Market Hall. Option C, 0806 from South Lawn to Market Hall. Option D, 0813 from South Lawn via Market Hall. So here we have option D is correct. That from the information given, we can see that the journey using the 0800 or 0806 trains takes 24 minutes. If you catch the 0805 tram, you are in time for the 0824 from Market Hall and you do the journey in 26 minutes. So that's why we have a correct option is option D. We will start our next type, the third one of decision making, in the next video. I'll be back with another video. Till then, just take care and goodbye.